this real quick. Let's talk about what's going on with this Trump. Trump is doing everything in 8 days. I
Not
mean,
7 like Tony, 8.
8, yeah, not 7 whole days, 8 whole days. Um, hey man, I didn't even. He just does executive orders like he's king, which is a whole thing. It's a concept that he does want to be king.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
As
man,
if the parliament don't exist, like as if you don't have to go through these different branches to get. That's the wild part to me.
yes,
Nobody, where. I don't want to start yelling.
no, express yourself.
Like it's weird because when we think of like government, the branches, the 3 branches and all this stuff, and understanding how things become a bill and how things can be vetoed, how it can go through all of these doors and the president will be like, nah. And then it has to go back into play or whatever, and vice versa. So how are you just coming in and do all of these things? And now they're saying things like SNAP, EBT, all of that can be affected by this federal freeze that they're trying to put in place. The Pell Grants, like financial aid, all of these things because you want to put this freeze in place. I just can't. Are we living in a simulation?
Hey,
Like, is this The Sims in real life? If somebody is like on a computer and just like we all are intertwined in this game? Because this is weird to me. Like this is, and you try to detox and move away. I've been trying to work on my scrolling. But it's a whole bunch of more pages that's about to get unfollowed. Like, where I'm not in the know about anything, so I don't know what we gonna do over here because I ain't gonna. All the topics are gonna be a surprise to me, Daryl.
damn, yeah, I get it.
It's really tough. And then you see these companies that created these initiatives rolling back on that, and Target being one of them. Target is the big company that is receiving the most backlash because initially
they carried a lot of black brands originally.
Yeah, they carried a lot of black just brands, PLC brands in general. And I think initially they said they were not going to roll it back, and then they did. But then it's like, oh, they're doing like a different initiative where like they're like rebranding it. So it's like there's some sort of confusion there. But the tough part about this is like I could see how you don't want to shop at Target no more. Everybody got to do what works best for them. I live in a city that is heavily populated with Target. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't know Amazon had a DEI program because that's just not on brand for Jeff Bezos to begin with. So for me to hear that, oh, they rolled that back, I said I didn't know that was a thing there.
We didn't even know. That don't count if we don't know.
Yeah. The other brands, Walmart, all that, but it's really tricky because being a person that has a small business, being a person that's worked in retail, whether it be, I started at Baker's and went into luxury retail after that. Managing, understanding the business aspect of things, it's tough because I was really frustrated by that post, but on the flip side, the brands that are there, I was able to discover brands that I would not know about if it wasn't for Target that made me want to engage and interact. And it allows a direct to consumer space where you're not waiting, you're not getting your package lost in the mail, which can be very frustrating and all these different things. I'm a person, I like instant gratification. I like to touch things. I like to try things on. they created a really dope initiative called Future Collective, which initially the first drop was by Howard alum Kalana Barfield Brown, who is a Delta, and she's been like an editor at a magazine. So now she just did a collab with Nike, some Air Force Ones, and I got the Nikes, you know. And then from there you get Janae Naylor, who is a St. Louis native, who is a big fashion influencer. And I'm not even gonna call her an influencer. I'm gonna call Janae a personality. Because she's getting
Why you
her
call it personality?
well, but she's getting her interviewing bag. So, like, you know, we're journalists. Okay. So she is interviewing, you know, like different, you know, people in fashion and entertainment. And so, and she started her career working at Target. And so to see her go from that and to have a collection, she had like 2 drops with Target. Was really dope and inspiring, because I'm like, well, shit, if she could do this, I could do this too. You know, like it gives you, when you see those brands like that, you have what is it, Gastro, dang, it's like a food company, they're from New York, that had different stuff in there. Even the conversation surrounding Auntie Tabitha Brown. And we know Tabitha because she is a black vegan content creator. She went from there to acting and all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say things really catapulted for her a little more when she was able to have a collaboration also with Target. And she's facing a lot of backlash because people are calling her a black capitalist because she don't want to miss out.
They call her pick me before too.
Oh, the Odyssey. I don't know nothing about that. I know she be reading
because she retired her husband.
I feel like, what's the big deal?
And they said that, well, they claimed that he was doing everything for her for all like 20 some years.
But he was that, but we
working his ass off, and she didn't have to do nothing.
He wanted her to focus on her career. He was like a cop or something.
Yeah. So why is the problem her retiring?
Because people always want to comment on something that don't have nothing to do with them. That's why we're in the internet and stuff. You just can't take it seriously. Somebody say something crazy. Okay, bitch. What is it that you want me to say? Because a lot of people look for attention, and I figured that out, navigating that space here, you know, collaborating with my other friends or whatever that have a bigger platform. People gonna love you and they're gonna really fuck with you, or they're gonna hate you because they want to be where you are. Don't let it slow you down. Keep doing what you're doing.
So I mean, so you think we need to go ahead and I mean, all this stuff is weird. Like, do we boycott Target? I mean, like, I don't even know what.
Okay.
We need to get sort of effort, right? I need to get the black, like a black page or something going where, hey, y'all.
That does exist. So here's the thing.
Or who we supporting? Let's say, like, who we support.
I want to tell people this. You could potentially get people's products pulled out of Target if you do not support their brand. So let's say if you go to Target and that's the only thing you're gonna buy, you know, from those brands, if you have to go, then I can understand somebody saying that. But what happens is, just like in any business, there are these things called RTV. You know, Target will probably put it on clearance to try to make some money off of it. But ultimately, you can fuck up somebody's bag. And y'all looking at it, oh, it's white dollars. No, it's still black dollars, because you don't know the work, the understanding, the work that had to go into them just even getting into Target. That's a lot of work. And think if that's the majority, if people are not on your site like that, and everybody don't have a Target. So, you know, like, let's say a lip bar. So we think about the lip bar. Lip bar went on Shark Tank. They were making money. They didn't do it, but then they were able to spin lip bar into this multi-million-dollar company, right? And now instead of ordering lip bar, I can go into Target to get lip bar. And Lip Bar is always sold out here. Let me tell you that. But when those things happen and we're no longer going to these places, they're able to scale back, which ultimately hurts their brand. Because let's say you were able to scale your business a little differently or and make it a bigger thing simply because of, I'm not putting it all on Target, guys, so don't come for me. But I'm saying that's a pocket, and now you gotta, because of that, you was relying on this extra additional income for your brand that can develop new products. Like Lip Bar went from lipsticks to foundations and all these other elements that involve cosmetics and cosmetics for Black people. We are still such a small percentage of a lot of these fields, like a lot of these areas.
True.
And so when you do that, that directly hurts their pockets, especially if you're not going to go online and buy from them directly. Now, I will say that some of these brands, a lot of these brands are good for having things that make you have to go onto their website that could be exclusive. So I have also shopped online at Lip Bar, just so we clear people.
So
But
let's get it. Let's Lip Bar is what we need to support, right?
a lot of people's goals is to have wholesale clients, because the company buys a certain amount, and then that's like guarantee income, and depending on whatever your contract is, I'm not whatever you don't sell, you need to sell it on clearance. I'm not taking this shit back. You bought it at this price, I want it back. But then on the sometimes with clothing and shoes, you see RTVs happen when they can't sell through it. That's just not moving at all. So that is an aspect of it. But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of that stuff, you gotta have to look at it from that perspective of what the work, the impact that has on somebody's business. Like for me, even with my candles, I don't think y'all realize how fucking hard it is to get traffic to your site when you're not like some big ass company. Like you don't have this celebrity backing, you don't have that endorsement. So trying to get people to actually come to your site to buy this or to buy that, it's a task in itself. It costs a lot of money to advertise, to do XYZ.
And people have to think about, I need to go to their site for that. People like the one-stop shop places. Like, all right, you got everything here. Let me grab this. Even on Amazon, like you could jump on there and get 30 different things at one time and close your laptop in 10 minutes.
And depending on where you are, it might be there by 6 p.m.
Yeah, you're right.
And so that when you look at stuff like that, I challenge you to, if you don't want to directly put that money into targets, I'm strongly encouraging people to build that rapport with their econ sites to support them. Because not doing that, like you can want to withhold money, but that does in the long run, because you might not at that moment be directly putting money in their pocket, but it's like it's a long-term thing.
So you're saying more support the Black businesses instead of like,
I would say support them, and if you not, your ass better be on their websites. I want to hear it. Some of these places, I can see them maybe even doing something where they set up like subscription services, where you don't even run out of something, where it's out of sight, out of mind, where typically if you're using this product every day or if you're eating this, and that the company is called Ghetto Gastro. That's like one of the food brands that is there, where you don't run out, it's replenishment, or do you want to skip it or whatever. But a lot of that stuff, like for me, like Future Collective, me, I'm into, like fashion and stuff. And I enjoy being able to go to Future, like to Target when those drops happen, be there when the door, like I'm that girl that's there when the door open. Kalana's thing was such an iconic big deal. I was up at Target all the way in Pasadena because they had it farther out, grabbing everything, trying what I could on when same thing with Janae. What can I get? Like how I'm on the internet at midnight. I don't want to miss this. I want to be a part of this because this is somebody that looks like me that's doing a damn thing. And so I understand like that people have, whatever, like, but at the end of the day gotta end and we still gotta show up and show off for our people. I don't think it's about somebody don't want to lose money, but it's just they want us, they want our dollars. They're black capitalists. I don't think it's about that. Y'all not seeing a bigger picture. But when you don't know and understand business and how that stuff operates because you don't have a business, and it looked different. And yes, black dollars we do drive a lot of currency in this country. I'm not negating that. But also I just challenge y'all. And some of these brands, they might not even necessarily, I'm not gonna say might not have a website, because I know for the most part for you to get into Target, you have to show
you gotta have all that infrastructure.
You gotta have all that infrastructure that's there, and you gotta be able to show that you can support that. But it's just kind of like my homegirl said, shout out to Dom in the city. It's a lot of contracts involved in this. So even if it's a brand wanted to maybe just pull their stuff out, y'all don't think that contract like they can't get out of there.
You can't just get up out of there.
You just can't get up. So there's a bigger thing that's happening, and it's so like the dialogue surrounding it is just really weird. Because even one of my homeboys, like on his page, is posting all of this stuff saying how like people just like Target for what it represented, like a certain class, because like Target is known for being a little more expensive than Walmart. The shopping experience is different. But we have to support each other through this.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna shop there, then are you directed?
Support, you know what I'm saying?
How are you gonna show up for these other brands? Because it's a trickle down impact on all of us. Because
they're trying to set us up now to break this infrastructure of what's going on in this country right now. They like before, us as black people, we kind of pivot, we move around, we do our thing. But man, they are, and not just even black people, period, people as a society, they're trying to break this infrastructure for they can do what they want to do again. We going back to Reconstruction type shit. If you look at some of the stuff they do, they took out something from Lyndon Baines Johnson, EEOC Civil Rights Act stuff, man. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, we just got to support more.
Here's the thing, D. It's not like people were not aware of this and what was going to happen. And what did they do?
Project 2025. They said that they didn't exist. Uh-oh. Don's writing something down here now, y'all.
They fucked around and they found out.
A dry erase board.
Shout out to Daryl, because I literally was going to see my board wasn't going to be this big, but we here now. Daryl's like, hey, what's your address again? And I'm not thinking nothing. I'm thinking his tax stuff. This nigga done ordered me a dry erase board. So now I don't have to do my Venn diagrams and stuff. I
got it for real.
So, but that's what's happening. And you have this thing happening with ICE. Like, even, my sister-in-law told me how ICE went to my niece's school.
What?
And they're in out there like in the Woodland Hills, Topanga area. I said, so it ain't like they just somebody called. I said, that's somebody, teacher, an administrator, or a parent.
They giving out bread. Did you see that article? I'm not an article. It was an advertisement. They giving up $1,000 per person that you could capture if you have a bounty hunter.
Me to snitch. Sorry,
but no, what I'm saying, there's a bounty hunter thing in Mississippi It's only in Mississippi. You get $1,000 per person. You can wrangle up. This on some old slave catcher stuff though, man. Like some.
But the 20% of black men that voted, and the black men, the Latinos.
That was what, 60% or something like that. 60% or so. Was it
All
more?
I say, I'm just having a time. I'm sitting back and laughing because at the end of the day, Glow said it gotta end. And y'all knew
right?
y'all knew what was gonna happen. And here we are. Here we are. Like, I told y'all like what's happening even out here, like now San Diego is like on fire. Like all of this stuff is just so ironic, right? But y'all did this. Y'all wanted this. Hey y'all, if y'all like what y'all see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast with your friends because we got all the tea. And if you want to check out more stuff from us, be sure to hit that button right there on the right side so you can see other stuff and again share it with everybody.